Interest in UFOs is at an all-time high in the U.S. A Gallup poll shows that believers outnumber non-believers nearly 2 to 1. And the greater the education of the individual, the more likely they are to believe in flying saucers. Just last month, about 1,000 people spent a weekend in Gulf Breeze, Florida, attending a UFO conference, one of several that take place in the U.S. each year. Here, they are exposed to the very latest information. They come to these sessions from all over the nation and all over the world. They are average, everyday people with a burning curiosity.
About 6 months ago, I started becoming very involved again, and I can't really tell you why, but I did.
I think they're really up there, but I haven't seen one yet.
I've read hundreds of books on the subject, and I wanted to go to one meeting to find out if what it's like, what the people here are like. Are they kooky? Are they not kooky? Are they real people?
The really big draw at these gatherings are the lecturers who hold seminars on everything from crop circles to military cover-ups. One of the hottest on the circuit right now is Robert Dean. Dean served in the U.S. Army for 27 years, some of them as an intelligence analyst with top secret clearance. Dean says he saw a huge metallic saucer-shaped object while assigned to an Army base in 1959. Then, in 1963, he says, his clearance gave him access to a document prepared for NATO. Dean claims it was a lengthy military assessment of UFO and alien activity in Europe.
What I saw in the annexes were photographs. There were autopsies. There had been a crash in northern Germany in 1962 where a 30-meter disc had crashed without destruction, and aboard were 12 small bodies. And there were photographs of those bodies being retrieved. There were photographs of that object being taken apart, loaded upon lowboy trucks, as we used to call them, and hauled away.
Dean says he was staggered by the reality of what he was witnessing.
I'd been a professional soldier for most of my adult life, and I was a rather hard-nosed kind of no-nonsense person. And if I couldn't see something and weigh it and touch it and measure it, I didn't necessarily believe it existed. Well, seeing this document and studying this and the implications of it and what it really meant for the human race, it literally changed my life. I've never been quite the same since.
Robert Dean is one of a growing number of former military personnel who are risking 10 years in prison, a $10,000 fine, and a loss of all military retirement benefits for breaking the security oaths they took when they were given their top secret clearance.
The cover-up is unraveling, and it's apparent to everybody.
Over the past decade, UFO research organizations have used the Freedom of Information Act to force the U.S. government to release documents regarding its knowledge of flying saucers. They appear to have hit pay dirt when they obtained this reply from J. Edgar Hoover to a memo from a government official who suggested the FBI get involved in UFO investigations. Hoover writes, "I would do it, but before agreeing to do it, we must have full access to discs recovered. For instance, in the LA case, the Army grabbed it and would not let us have it for cursory examination." Astronaut Gordon Cooper made a statement before the United Nations in 1978 regarding his experience with UFOs. Cooper said, "I do believe UFOs exist and that the truly unexplained ones are from some other technically advanced civilization." The statement caused such an uproar that the astronaut has refused to ever be interviewed again on the subject of UFOs. Then there is the audio tape of a conversation between UFO researcher Bob Exler and Admiral Bobby Ray Inman, the former head of the secret National Security Agency and Naval Intelligence. Inman gives a surprisingly open answer to a pointed question from Exler about the government's alleged possession of recovered alien flying saucers.
Do you anticipate that any of the recovered vehicles would ever become available for technological research outside of the military circles?
Again, I honestly don't know. 10 years ago, the answer would have been no.
Yo, yo, UFO, people have a right to know.
Yo, UFO, people have a right.
The Hoover Memo and comments from Admiral Inman and Gordon Cooper have spurred the formation of a grassroots pressure group that calls itself Operation Right to Know. It is sponsoring picket marches around the nation, demanding that the government tell the public what it knows about UFOs. Co-founder Ed Komarek says he sometimes feels like a modern David doing battle with Goliath.
And I feel that it's very important that the public become informed on this because they're being impacted and they have a right to know and a need to know.
Komarek says that grassroots support to force some sort of government acknowledgement that UFOs exist is growing every year, becoming increasingly harder for government officials to ignore.